Well, today is a beautiful, beautiful day. The trees are getting all nice and yellow leaves going into fall. As you can see, this will be this is only my second fall here. We planted a lot of grass seed and it's still kind of going. And then I sectioned off part of my yard so that I could have this big shed here. And if we go through, see, I sectioned it all off so that this is more my flower area. I go through this little gate that we put in last year. It's my working puppy. I'll take a tour of what I've accomplished. Well, as you can see, there's still weeds in this pathway that I haven't gotten all the way out. I planted grass seed in a moon shape. There's this one tree that I'm growing. This is a gladiola flower bed that didn't do so well. I'm gonna have to work with it. And there's this path that goes up into my grass that I just planted all this about 2 months ago, and I'm kind of letting it get overgrown. And then this is a heart flower bed. I have one tree in there. But as you can see, the fall is starting to, used to be really bushy and it had zimas in it. But now it's just got a few wildflowers. Then I put this path in. And then I call this Pooka Lane. It's got my shells and then there's some, flower. Get my shadow out of the way. There's tulips and irises and marigolds in this little corner piece. I put peanuts in this round shape type of thing. A little bit Cosmo, wildflowers, a little bit right there. So I'm gonna put gravel right, so this pathway will go straight, but it will have a roundabout so that I can get my wagon in and out of. And then right here is some asparagus that I planted, and on the end a coneflower, and then this would mostly be an asparagus bed. And then this pathway will go up in front of this. There's 3 green trees in a row. I kind of keep them covered right now because the wind has been so bad. There's a little cone tree, and then that's a coneflower pink. That's a pomegranate that I'm hoping makes it. This is a succulent that I took babies from the last video succulent. Then there's another tree in there. I call her, that one's Cinderella, Anastasia, and then the one on the end is Drizella. I put a coneflower in here. Nothing's popped up yet. The deer like the coneflower, so I have to kind of cover them. And I planted some tulips and stuff in here. And then here's Drizella. I like Drizella. I don't know why, but I do. But there'll be a path. So that whole length right there. And then there's a path that goes through this way. And then I planted nothing but sunflower seeds along this fence line. The full, I think it's 30 or 40 feet long that goes. Because this is my view. I mean, the sky is beautiful. But, like an abandoned house, abandoned trailer, abandoned buildings. It's really not, I don't mind the old truck and this building type thing, and then the outhouse over there doesn't bother me, but that trailer just looks so icky. And then, I don't know, that place down there is an apartment complex now. It's got like 3 apartments. It used to be some sort of a bathhouse or something. I don't know. Anyway, so I planted sunflower seeds down, and then the white garage with the cream house, they own this field right here. So I planted, because I have a gate that comes through, so I started about here and planted sunflower seeds all the way down my fence. And then I have it fenced off right there where I have all the pile that I, you know, the nasty stuff that I pulled out of here. I mostly leveled all of this. I'm gonna put in more flower beds all through here, but I have to go and collect rock. And I like different kinds of rocks. Like just different styles and stuff. So I have to go and find some up in the mountains or just anywhere that I find stuff. But those are my beets. They're still going. And then my green onions are still going. This was a potato bed. I pulled everything out of it already. I'm going to redo this bed and make it more even, and I'm gonna use better rocks and stuff. So I really didn't want to plant anything in it that was gonna be a forever thing. So I just did potatoes in it this year. So you can walk. I have it set up like this so that I can drag my wagon in and out and try to weed, you know, little bits at a time. I have to get some sort of, I have to do something with the weeds in the back over there where I planted grass. Mostly weeds came up. I have to look into that. Oh, there's some birds on the fence right there. And then this is the first flower bed that I put in. It's got the fans. There's, on this side, there's purple and white daisies, but I just got those, so those won't pop up till next year. There's a big daisy, white daisy. There's another one, so there's two. And then right there is a succulent, and those get really big. I did a shorts video on it, and it got really big. And then these are those African daisies. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with these. They just bloom and bloom and bloom. And like, I did a video on the seeds. Look at these seeds. Look how easy this is. Now, bam, you have a handful of seeds. I like to sprinkle them back down in here. And if you notice, I started doing that, and I ended up getting some babies that have already popped up. So there's a couple marigolds in there. I chopped a lot of stuff all the way down. When it starts dying, I start chopping it down. And then it just makes it a little bit easier. And then if we go over here towards the house, this was that red cone plant. And then these are some wildflowers and my crazy looking chicken that I'm super embarrassed about. But I painted it and it came out. All I had was this model car paint, and the colors did not look like that in the bottle. But I don't know. I'll fix it. It'll just not this year. And then I'm gonna pull all these out. This is my nursery, is what I call this. It's my nursery. I have a lot of strange things in it. Like this stuff is obsidian. And when I first moved here, to hurry up and get somewhat organized, I just poured all my agates back behind here. And so I'm going to have to get down here and this is an agate. See how you can see through that rock? That's how I got a lot of this stuff off the beach from the coast of Oregon, Bandon. This was my flower my 4 o'clock that died off, and I got lots of babies from it, so I'm happy. That's a rose. This is a coneflower I haven't chopped down yet because it's still got little baby blooms, And then when I cut them down, I take all the heads and then I put them in a container and I shake them and I get all the seeds out. And then that way I can give them away or plant them, or mostly I give stuff away. So, and then this is my nursery. It has my Johnny Jumpers. These are dwarfs. And then the African Daisies. And then I just let them grow for a while and then I'll pop them out and transplant them different places. This is my rose bush. There's a little sunflower that was in there and it was supposed to be like a red sunflower, but it never bloomed because it just got too late. So I'll let it finish out a little bit and then I'll pluck it out and give my rose bush a lot more room. I shouldn't crowd it. Next year I'm going to move a lot of the dwarfs and the Johnny Jumpers and stuff, but I needed a place to get them going. And my Daisy. This is my mum. And I pick a lot of the icky stuff off, you know, when it gets like this. I pull this stuff off and then I stuff it down inside there so when you really look in there, you can see. And each year it just keeps getting bigger. And I planted that one last year. And it was small. I got it from Walmart. My mint, waiting for this. Oh, I guess it's already start seeding a little bit. Try to get the seeds back in this barrel. I plan to keep the mint in there. And then there's another one of those succulents. The big succulent is way over there. And then this was a white one I planted, but I don't think it's gonna make it. I'm going to transplant this pot today. I'm gonna clean this up. It's mostly baby's breath in here. There's a daisy on the other side. And these are daffodils. They didn't bloom this year, but it was their first year. So I'm hoping maybe next year. So I'm going to dig this up. I'll crop the heads of these seeds off. See, there's seeds inside here. And I'll pop these off. And I'll kind of spread them out down here. And I've already picked a lot of the seeds off of this already. So that if it doesn't do well, next year I can replant. And then I have the more gladiolas right here. And these are mostly pinks and yellows and whites. And then this is my out of control carrots. And I have eaten and eaten and eaten these carrots. And when you look down here, you can see like there's a tunnel where I have picked back and picked back and picked back. And there's just like one line, but they're just so bushy. I'm going to pull a lot of these fans out. The fans are the first thing that I planted. And since it's done really well, I'll pull those out. And I'm going to line a lot of my flower beds with them as a way to help contain. And the African daisies look gorgeous. If you notice in front of the fans over here, I'm so sorry I'm taking so long. But doesn't it look great? It looks like the fan itself has the flowers. And on this side will be purple and white. And then the two big big ones, I gotta fix this, will be in the middle. My garden hose, when I pull my garden hose around, it kind of knocks stuff over a little bit. I'm gonna have to work on that. This is where the pumpkins were. Got one straggler sunflower. And then there's more daffodils right here. And then this right here was a nursery for marigolds. And I pulled all but two out, an orange one and a yellow one. And I'll just keep letting them have babies and stuff. And then I transplant it as it goes. And this is a big daisies. And these big glass balls have been in my family for years and years and years. My mom and my dad and my aunts and uncles used to go down on the beaches and they would find glass balls and bring them home. See, like here's a smaller one. It's got like a little knobby on the end. And then they're different shapes. And then some of them are different colors. I've got like more back here. There's another one back in there. They're like all along here. I just haven't figured out exactly what. I'll do something really great with them probably out there. And I have these old wagon wheels that were given to me. I like their rusted look better. This was just a piece of random lattice. This looks like a table, yes it does, but it's not. It's just a slab of wood that my son cut. And then there's like a block of wood that goes in the fire down below it. And then this is just another weird piece of wood. It's actually not stable. I just use it for light stuff to set down, like my trowel or whatever I'm doing. Oh, these I've redone. And then if you go around, this is like kind of the table that I use. This is the back end of my garage. And you can see there's the seahorse and the butterfly. I don't think I posted a video on the butterfly, but there's that. And then, oh, here's a full view. This is the area that I let the dogs run around in. And see, he's such a working dog out there. His name is Brucifer. And then my other one is Annabella Billabong, and that's Brucifer. I got him from the pound when he was a year old, and whew, he's a sweetheart, but boy, he can get in trouble if you're not on top of him 24/7. So anyway, well, I did this long video because everybody else is doing long videos, and it's hard to get to know somebody when they are just doing the small ones. I want to say thank you to all the people who always comment, the channels that are subscribed to me and I'm subscribed to them. I love all of your channels. I only speak English, so even though I'm subscribed to a lot of non-English speaking channels, they're great channels, and you can look at my channel list and see that there's just some really great stuff. Like really great stuff. I have a lone sunflower out there. I don't know what. Next year, that whole line will be sunflowers. So I want to say thank you for all the lovely comments. I mean, I get some super nice comments. Like, it's always such a joy to read how sweet everybody is and know that, wow, what great people. Like, a lot of the channels I'm subscribed to are such nice people. I just enjoy watching the channels. And if you want to be put in a good mood, you might want to check out those channels. There's a lot of good ones. I just can't pronounce the names of most of them, but it's great. It rained, so it's kind of like dirty right here. I have a pancake cactus, and these two are irises. They didn't get a lot of sun this year because I had that big sunflower mishap right here, and I just kind of let it. You can see that there's still some stumps that I haven't gotten in here and pulled out, but I had one sunflower the year before. It was a Russian mammoth, and I didn't cut it down in time, and the birds came out and attacked it, and there was just sunflower seeds everywhere, and I didn't think it snowed, and I just didn't think that they would survive. And the next thing I know, I have a whole little, sunflower garden. So I did a bunch of videos on them, and they were so fun to dress up in hats, and I had a good time with them. And then this is a dahlia right here that didn't do very good. It was a starburst one. And then this is one of the first things I planted here. It's asparagus, and it's on its second year. And I just recently cut a lot of it down because it was so tall. It was crazy. was like crazy tall, like up here. Crazy. And then this is a pink coneflower. And in those videos, you can see that coneflower was like 5.5 feet tall. So I cut it down, and I sprinkled some ash in here. And I kind of do this stuff right before winter because it helps keep it'll help keep them watered. And I don't have mulch or anything like that, so I just kind of use my own mulch. Just cut it up with whatever, and anyway, so I'm going to put in another flower bed right here where these ladders are. I kind of carved it out a little bit, but I got to get in there and clearly weed it out and prepare that. Anyway, so have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you, everyone.